Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out regarding this Gaza ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. We're going to be talking more about this today. I've got a response from Benjamin Netanyahu. He has come out publicly and stated that any Gaza deal must include resumed fighting to meet their war goals. So we know their main war goal in the Gaza Strip is to eliminate Hamas completely, right? And Benjamin Netanyahu has come out many times and publicly stated that they will not end this war in the Gaza Strip until Hamas is completely eliminated. They do not want to leave a single fabric or thread remaining from the Hamas organization. So this is a major demand coming out from Israel now. And Benjamin Netanyahu has been like this from the very beginning. Ever since this war began, he's come out many times and stated that until Hamas is defeated in the Gaza Strip, that this war will not end. So it looks like the war in Gaza is not going to come to an end anytime soon now. I was reporting recently that we may have had a ceasefire that was coming, and that was only because Hamas came out and told Israel that they were willing to accept a U.S. Peace proposal or ceasefire plan from the United States. And what this would basically do is allow a temporary ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. Israel would withdraw their troops from the Gaza Strip as well, and then the two would start negotiations and try to push for a permanent ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. But now we've got this response from Benjamin Netanyahu stating that they're not going to accept any kind of a permanent ceasefire. And I expected this kind of response from Benjamin Netanyahu from the very beginning, that he would come out and state that they will not end this war until they're done with Hamas. So I want to talk about this here some more today. I've got a report that's pulled up here for you. This is on Reuters. Netanyahu says Gaza deal must let Israel resume fighting until war goals are met. Okay, this just came out today, just a few hours ago at the time I record this. Any Gaza ceasefire deal must allow Israel to resume fighting until its objectives are met, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Sunday, as talks over U.S. plan aimed at ending the 9-month-old war were expected to restart. 5 days after Hamas accepted a key part of the plan, two officials from the Palestinian militant group said the group was awaiting Israel's response to its latest proposal. Netanyahu is scheduled to hold consultations late on Sunday on the next steps in negotiating the three-phase plan that was presented in May by the United States President Joe Biden and is being mediated by Qatar and Egypt. It aims to end the war and free around 120 Israeli hostages being held in Gaza. Hamas has dropped a key demand that Israel first commit to a permanent ceasefire before it would sign an agreement. Instead, it would allow negotiations to achieve that through the 6-week first phase. A Hamas source told Reuters on Saturday on condition of anonymity. So this is what I just reported just yesterday, that Hamas had come out and said that, okay, you don't have to commit to any permanent ceasefire in the Gaza Strip right now, that we could have maybe a temporary ceasefire, but during the first 6-week phase, that's where they would discuss trying to move towards a permanent ceasefire. And that's something, again, that Benjamin Netanyahu is not going to want. As I've stated before, he's publicly come out many times and said that he wants to eliminate Hamas. They can't leave any piece of them remaining, because what he's worried about is if Hamas remains in the Gaza Strip, they will just regrow and build up their forces again and then attack Israel at some point in the future. So they don't want that to happen. They don't want the Gaza Strip to pose a threat to Israel ever again. Okay, that's kind of the goal here that Benjamin Netanyahu is trying to achieve. So it says, but Netanyahu said he insisted the deal must not prevent Israel from resuming fighting until its war objectives are met. Those goals were defined at the start of the war as dismantling Hamas's military and governing capabilities, as well as returning the hostages. The plan that has been agreed to by Israel, which has been welcomed by President Biden, will allow Israel to return hostages without infringing on other objectives in the war. So that's what he's stating here, is that they want to work through a plan where they can get at least some of these hostages home right now, but their major objective of this war, again, is to eliminate Hamas. So they don't want to infringe or remove that ability to dismantle Hamas in the Gaza Strip, and that's going to require Israel to be operating down here probably for years to come. I just saw some reports earlier today that Benjamin Netanyahu may have come out and stated that it could take them up to 5 years, okay? We've also heard from some southern commanders that operate in the Gaza Strip. They've also stated publicly as well that this war could continue at least for 2 more years. So we're looking at least several more years of fighting here in the Gaza Strip just for Israel to complete their war goals down here. And if you think about this, that's the whole reason why there's so much tension in the Middle East right now, right? We have Hezbollah attacking Israel. We have the Yemen Houthis attacking Israel and also attacking ships in the international shipping lanes down in the Gulf of Aden, also in the Red Sea, right? So there's lots of resistance fighters here pushing back against Israel, attacking the Gaza Strip. And then think if this thing's going to drag on for several more years, let's just say even 2 more years, I highly think that at some point this could definitely turn into a major war, considering that this thing could be dragged on for so long, and then it'll push us closer to inevitable conflict here in the Middle East. That could be like a regional war or a worldwide war at some point. So the deal, he said, must also prohibit weapon smuggling to Hamas via the Gaza-Egypt border and should not allow for thousands of armed militants to return to northern Gaza. U.S. Central Intelligence Agency Director William Burns is set to meet with Qatari Prime Minister and Israeli and Egyptian intelligence chiefs on Wednesday in Doha, said a source familiar with the issue who asked not to be further identified. Burns is also expected to visit Cairo this week, along with the Israeli delegation. Egypt's Al Qahira News TV reported on Sunday, citing a high-ranking source. A Palestinian official close to the talks said the proposal could lead to a framework agreement if embraced by Israel and would end the war. We have left our response with the mediators and are waiting to hear the occupation's response, one of the two Hamas officials told Reuters, asking not to be identified. Another Palestinian official with a knowledge of the ceasefire deliberations said Israel was in talks with the Qataris and that a response was expected within days. Okay, so that's going to be it for this article, but I'll go ahead and cite this down below, and you guys can read some more of this if you want to. Yeah, so I guess we're waiting to see what Israel's going to be responding to, or how they'll respond to this ceasefire negotiations here some more. But as we see right now, according to Benjamin Netanyahu, that he's stating that any Gaza deal has to include resumed fighting to meet their war goals. So it doesn't look like the fighting is going to end down here in the Gaza Strip anytime soon. And again, like I reported many times, this thing could be dragged on for years. So I'm very curious to see how Israel's going to be dealing with what's happening with Hezbollah up in the north, because we had some reports coming out today that one of their military bases, I think it was on Mount Meron, just got hit heavily today by over 100 rockets and may have been completely destroyed. And we even have like an American citizen, I think, today that got reported to be injured, very badly injured in some rocket attacks as well as more Israeli settlers on the northern side of their country. So I don't know how they're going to deal with that situation, because in order for things to calm down on the northern side of their country with Hezbollah, they've got two options. They either withdraw from the Gaza Strip and end this war, which would mean that they'd have to leave Hamas intact down there. They wouldn't be able to complete their war goals, or they go after Hezbollah very soon. Okay, that's really their only two options to deal with Hezbollah in the north right now, considering they're being attacked heavily and Hezbollah is controlling the situation on the northern side of their country. So yeah, just wanted to give you an update regarding this ceasefire deal and let you know what Netanyahu said in response to what Hamas was demanding when it comes to their end of the ceasefire negotiations. So let me know what you think down below regarding this. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.